So now Charlie Kirk, he gets killed, and immediately you have, we'll play this here because I want to play this clip here of Kash Patel. He talks about, this whole thing, this news conference, he talks about what they're doing, how they're doing it all, how they're involved. Let's go.
Critically important to our nation, and we delivered. And I'm proud to be their leader, and I'm proud to be the director of the FBI. This is a very much an ongoing investigation, as the governor said, and we will continue to work with state and local authorities to develop the investigation, to provide them the evidence they need for their ongoing prosecutions, and we will be here to answer every call they absolutely have, as long as it takes, for as long as we need to find and apprehend whatever suspects were involved in this crime. Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk.
I'm not going to play that actual part because we know, but I wanted to get to the point where he's talking about his friend Charlie Kirk, because then we had, let's see if I can find it here. Private travel, define it, we're past comments. Here we go. Let's take a look at this. This was, and by the way, you guys are talking about elections and slavery and stuff. See, the problem with some of that, though, if you're not like winning in the public square to some extent, and you're not like putting your thoughts and views out here. Here's why Mandami wins, because everyone's a criminal. They're rightly seeing the governments are and politicians are criminals and stealing. So might as well get my guy in there to steal for me. And I think Trump has only perpetuated that, right? The idea of what it is. So there's something to kind of look at that. Okay. Kash Patel shuts down Charlie Kirk foreign intelligence probe in explosive feud with Trump's counterterror chief. FBI Director Kash Patel crushed efforts by Tulsi Gabbard's closest advisor to see a foreign power, if a foreign power was involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination. The head of the National Counterterrorism Center, Joe Kent, and now isn't that the guy that Nick Fuentes was successful in bringing down or not getting reelected? That was kind of his whole, anyway, analyzed FBI files to determine whether Kirk's alleged killer received assistance from a foreign power. Kent's investigation alarmed Patel, who believed the counterterror chief was overstepping by interfering in an ongoing FBI investigation, according to the New York Times. Kirk was shot in the throat. Yeah, we know that. The Times spoke with after Patel discovered Kent had gone through FBI case material related to Kirk killing. A tense White House meeting was held to discuss the matter. A roundtable meeting between Patel, Kent, Gabbard, Vice President J.D. Vance, White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, and senior DOJ officials was held at the White House. Kent told administration officials that he was granted access to FBI files by a low-ranking official. Okay, and you got these pictures. White House meeting was so tense that little was accomplished, according to the Times. Trump administration officials were worried that Kent's probe into foreign intelligence could provide ammunition for Robinson's defense lawyers, who could then argue more than one suspect was involved in Kirk's murder. Well, that's on them. They should be bringing that stuff up. And why are you not giving all the evidence to the defense? I mean, there you go. The FBI and DOJ have traditionally tightly regulated evidence in active criminal investigations and prosecutions. Under the direction of Kent, the Counterterrorism Center collected material from other intelligence agencies regarding potential foreign ties to Robinson, as well as elevated any potential foreign funding of individuals associated with left-wing groups. Okay, here's what I want to get at with this one. Okay, which I play the clip here early on where he is this close personal friend. We'll meet you in Valhalla. And then he is controlling the actual investigation and the ability of the evidence to be disseminated properly, I would imagine, or they're concerned about that. My concern is why is Kash Patel, if he's a personal friend, why is he even allowed to have any contact with this at all? I would be pushing this kind of news story from the defense. I would be pushing this kind of stuff as like, wait, the FBI has this? It's his own personal friend that is controlling all this. He should be sequestered from all this information. It should be it should be taken out of the, I know he's the FBI head, but if something's happening, let's say with his girlfriend, you're not going to let him be able to investigate this. There's a conflict of interest, big time. And he's showing his actual conflict by even getting involved. It's really pathetic. But then again, it is Kash Patel. And so what else do you know about Kash Patel? Well, we know about him. Let's take a look here at what he has said previously about travel.
And I'm not saying take all their funding. I'm not the defund everything guy. I'm just saying Chris Wray doesn't need a government-funded G5 jet to go to vacation. Maybe we ground that plane. $15,000 every time it takes off. Just a thought.
Minimum.
And I'm not saying take all their funding.
There you go. So that was him saying that before, and now I think you've let's took it back here, and I think you've probably all heard the story at this point where now Kash Patel is flying on a private jet, and let's see here. Let's go to the and it's a big deal. Now, he took this jet to go with his girlfriend to some place, and look, if he evidently it's the law. However, Congress has done this oversight that he must take this jet. But once again, this is just a typical Kash Patel debacle, which is him acting like he's the expert before he gets in power. And now he's there. He's like, well, this is the reality on the ground. He did this with Epstein. I'm going to turn this, the FBI building, J. Edgar Hoover building into a museum of the deep state on day one. Then you get in and you have all these things about Epstein. And now you get in there and you say it was all fake. Why were either you're lying then or you're lying now? And for God's sake, why is no one asking him, hey, you were very convinced that this was the case beforehand. What convinced you then? What did you see? What did you know? I saw the JFK stuff. Remember he's saying that? He's full of shit. Either then or now. Tom says, Tyler, you should join Jose for the dump if he's done being gay about your pearl clutching. I've reached out. And there's no response. And that's fine. I still watch his show every once in a while, but it's what it is. Cognitive dissonance LPR. Okay, well maybe. Kash is a deep state DEI hire. He told everyone that he wanted to hear, then got the job and became exactly what he said he was against. Right? You know why? You know why now when one is asking. You know why now one. Did you mean no? You know why no one is asking him? Yes, I do. You're right. You're right. So anyway, Kash Patel, there was an issue with him and his girlfriend. He posted a lengthy statement. This is actually what I wanted to read. I am proud of the work of this FBI. We're taking violent criminals off the streets in record numbers, crushing the fentanyl crisis. They're just bombing places, boats in Venezuela, people, dismantling cartels, saving children, hunting down terrorists, and so much more. We're arresting Chauncey Billups. Basketball has a gambling problem that we're really, really concerned about. Let me be clear. We will not be distracted by baseless rumors or the noise from uninformed internet anarchists and the fake news. First of all, you probably don't even know what anarchist means, but fake news now. What's fake? You took your bitch to the. Oh wait, that's not the one. That's not the one. Maybe it is. No, that's the Charlie Kirk one. Oh, I clicked on it, so it was that. You took your woman to the thing. Oh, he gets community noted here as well. I've always said, criticize me all you want. We are. But going after the people doing great work, my personal life and those around me is a total disgrace. Dude, you talked about the other Ray taking the plane, personal plane, for personal use. And you were going to, how about you don't do that? How about you don't do that? And then you have this girlfriend of yours. By the way, I looked up because I heard Candace Owens saying he had a divorce. So I looked up, and there were some comments there that he had been married previously. Online some news sources, and that he had with Hegstaff and Hegstaff's wife, they had all gone together on some restaurant, and he had to pay her like $2 million, his wife, on a divorce. But then you go further, and I'm asking, ChatGPT and Grok, has he been married? And they're like, there's no record of him having been married. So I don't think he was married, and it would suffice to say, because I'm trying to remember who it was talking about him living with some dude in Vegas. This chick has a beard, and let's go on to proof of that. This disgustingly baseless attacks against Alexis. That's his girlfriend. A true patriot and the woman I'm proud to call my partner in life, dude, you've known her like a year, are beyond pathetic. She is a rock-solid conservative and a country music sensation. That's the part that caught me. So I look into it, and I'm like, well, she's been a singer since like 2000 or something, but yet she has a job doing other things. If you were a country music sensation, your job is the country music sensation because you're too big. Does Taylor Swift, does she go work at a think tank, or does she go do, doing Ubers and stuff like this to afford her life? No, because she's a music sensation. You can't. This is it. This is the comment of you call anybody that does porn a porn star, right? Well, are they really a star? I mean, now it's just an acronym or a euphemism. Sensation who has done more for this nation than most will in 10 lifetimes. I doubt that. What has she done for this nation? Worked for PragerU. Attacking her isn't just wrong, it's cowardly and jeopardizes our safety. I'm sorry. You are the FBI, head of the FBI. Take your fucking private plane all you want. You probably should, right? For safety and everything. Take your girlfriend there, fine. But you also understand when you put her out in front like that, you're putting a bullseye on her. When you call her a music sensation, and I and this FBI will stay laser focused on our mission to continue the reform we promised, rebuilding this bureau from the ground up. No, you won't. And to our supposed allies staying silent, your silence is louder than clickbait haters. Well, okay, you don't really. Maybe you just don't have any allies. Here's the note: people are largely not attacking Kash Patel sick and anybody other, but rather reacting to his firing of people who point out his usage of government funds to travel to his shows. Patel's previous comments on FBI. Okay, so is that what he did? Is that what happened here? This is the news article. According to Bloomberg, Patel became furious over stories published after an event about the use of the FBI jet on a date with Wilkins. Soon after, Palmer had been told he could resign instantly or be fired. The dismissal was made official on Friday. Flight logs publicly tracked. Okay, so now he's also turning off flight logs, I guess.